Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Confident Direct Seller Summit. I'm your host, Inga Faye, and today I'm so delighted to introduce to you Tamara Hamilton. Okay, Tamara is a 29-year veteran of sales and marketing and leadership. She has both a bachelor's and a master's degree in marketing and finance, in addition to leadership roles at several Fortune 100 companies. Tamara developed a very successful online blog and business over the past 5 years, along with a personal brand and a social media following of 50,000, y'all. Tamara is a certified content marketing strategist and an avid lover of all things social media. She built a successful personal brand online with her blogs and social media presence. Now she teaches others to do the same with her influence booster courses and challenges. Well, welcome, Tamara, girl.
Hey girl, hey, I'm so excited to be here.
Well, we are so excited to have you. So I don't want to waste another minute. We want to get right into the goods. So please tell us about your backstory and how you got started in direct sales.
All right, so I got started in direct sales way back in 2013. And when I say that the timing was right for the person who introduced me, it was absolutely right. Because had she asked me 6 months earlier, had she asked me a year earlier, I likely would have turned down her invitation to dinner to learn about the opportunity because, I was a college educated Black woman and what I look like doing that thing that my grandparents used to do on Saturdays and have a bunch of people over, right? And so it was the right timing because it was at a turning point in my life as well as my career. So I had been in corporate America in marketing actually since 2 weeks right out of high school. I was fortunate enough to be tagged, gifted, and talented, and part of a citywide initiative for a large company in my hometown. And so when I say I have 30 years of sales and marketing experience, I literally have 30 years of sales marketing experience because I sat in a corporate 100 company and worked in their marketing department. First summer right out of high school, and then the 3 years after that, actually through the school year as well. And so I, got my first job out of college, did everything everybody said I would do. And within a couple years, there was just this feeling of, I'm not liking this. Often I would like what I was doing, and sometimes I would like my boss, but there were something just wasn't right. I wasn't quite sure, but I had believed what everyone told me to do, right? Get a good job, get a good education. And, that should have been the magic pill, right? That's what my grandparents protested and was part of the civil rights movement for me to be able to break through the glass ceiling. And I kept hitting that glass ceiling. So fast forward to 2013, my grandfather had passed away the year before, and that really had me feeling some kind of way. And quite frankly, Inga, I was just tired of being overworked, overlooked, underpaid, and I was just looking to do something different. And I was actually considering taking all my savings and starting a brick and mortar business when a friend asked me to look at the opportunity. It's funny because I went into it like, what's funny is when she asked me, I was like, well, can I bring my best friend? So of course she said yes. I mean, now you got two people instead of one, right? And so I tell my best friend, like, hey, because we both been hanging out with this chick. We met her at the gym. I was like, hey, she wants us to look at this. She's a cool person. I'm not going to tell her no. I would love for you to join us. Worst case scenario, we get free dinner, but I already know we're not doing that bleep, right? And so I go, and within minutes of hearing what it was all about, not even a formal presentation, knowing what I knew about my experience in corporate America and how tired I was, it just made sense. And I was like, sign me up on the dot. Another funny thing about that is the gentleman who showed us the compensation plan, I think he really thought my best friend was going to be the superstar. She never got off of the ground, right? She never got off the ground that first year. And then the next year, she was like, nothing's changed. I need to do this, and still never got off of the ground. And I just came in making an impact, making waves and breaking records. And I can't say it was nothing but up from there. As fast as it went up, it came back down, but I stuck it out and I figured some things out, and that's where the blogging and everything came in. So that's my story.
That was an awesome story. So our focus today is sales or service. So when it comes to your sales or service strategy, what are the key elements that you would share with people to help them increase their sales?
I absolutely love this question because here's the thing. You have to understand that sales is service, right? If you are approaching sales as sales, that means you're really focused on the transaction. You're really focused on what's in it for you. And that is not what makes sales. Okay. And I can tell you with over 25 years of sales and marketing experience, sales is about relationships, and relationships are about service, right? If you approach sales with the idea that I am here to help, I am going to educate you on the product, I'm going to answer all of your questions to help you make a buying decision. I'm going to be here not only to learn when things go well, I'm also going to be here in case things don't go right to help take care of you and do my best to make it right. So sales is actually service, okay? And if you don't first build that relationship, you're going to have a real tough, rocky road trying to get a sale. So when I like to, what I call service really begins with understanding who it is that you serve, right? And how does your product or service serve them? Now, I know I've been around long enough. I know there are people out there telling y'all that, for example, I'm in the world of beauty, right? And I know there are people telling you, well, if they've got skin, they're your potential client. And that's just simply not true, okay? Because I know plenty of people, because I've had conversations with them who don't necessarily believe in cleansing their face or their body. And at the bare minimum, you want an ideal client who cares enough to wash their face every day. You want a client who cares enough to take care of the basics, the hygiene of their skin. So the person who says, I just splash water on my face, the person who says, I don't use soap, or body wash or anything, I just sit in water for a few minutes once every couple weeks. And when the dry skin gets nasty, I flick it off. I don't know about you, that's not my ideal client. And here's why. Tamara Hamilton is not in the business of convincing people. If I got to convince you, I got to convince you to buy. I got to convince you to buy again and again and again. And that's just too much heavy lifting when there are plenty of people out there who want what I have. I saw someone mention this on a TikTok or a reel today. They quoted Rumi, what you seek is seeking you, right? And so that's where it begins for me. I imagine that the person, my ideal perfect client, who's going to love me and love all of my products, is out there seeking me as I'm seeking them. And you know what? 100 some customers later and just 18 months in this opportunity, it's true, right? So that's the first thing you need to begin with is who are you serving? And what problems do you solve for them? Okay. And then from there, it's really about matching your product to their need. And then you got to straight up ask for the sale.
So I love those two questions where you're saying, who are you serving and what problem are you trying to solve? That is what we need in our sales for service strategy. Why do you think we need to master that?
Okay. So mastering that is going to be really important for you because if you don't master that, number one, sales is going to equal cash flow in your business. And for example, if you have an unsupportive spouse, the way you get a spouse to be supportive is you make some type of money, right? At least make enough money to cover your expenses. But I'm here to tell you, in these internet streets, there's more than enough to pay for your expenses for your business every month and then some, right? So number one reason you need to do that is cash flow, which basically leads to business sustainability, right? That's also, I don't want to get too knee deep into it, but from a tax situation, and I'm not a tax advisor, you want to be proving that you're trying to generate some sort of cash flow. It's also going to give you, like I said, any spousal, parental, hater support that you may actually need in order to be able to do your business. The other thing is it is much easier to recruit an existing customer who already knows, likes, and trusts you as well as the product. It is so much easier for those people to decide to join you in the opportunity. So you're not only creating a stream of income and revenue by getting sales, you are also creating a very warm, even hot market stream of prospects for your opportunity.
Girl, if it came to you starting your business over again, because you've been in this game for 29 years, what would be the first thing you would do to support that sales or service strategy that we just talked about?
I would actually do a lot of what I did back in 2013. I went straight to my warm market and asked them to review the opportunity. Now I know. Back then I didn't know. I was disappointed when a lot of them said no. And what I had to learn to do quickly from my mentors was if they said no, then you lead into the product and you introduce them to the product and ask them to make a purchase of the product to support you. And so it's funny that you asked this question because last year when I started with the opportunity that I'm with now, that's pretty much what I did. And by asking people to try the product and not just any product, I had a plan of what product and why. It was a product that a lot of people could use and didn't take a lot of, did you have to pick shades and all of that, right? And the great thing about that is many of those people are still my customers today and they're on auto replenishment. So my business is running while I sleep and generating cash flow, a baseline of cash flow each and every month. So that's what I would do. And then the other piece I would add on to that is once they love it, right, you're going to ask them for a referral, right? Once they've used the product, they're loving it, you're going to ask them for a referral and also ask them again about the opportunity.
Excellent. Now, I'm just curious. I know this is not something that I normally ask, but you said you wanted to lead with a product that wasn't, I guess, preference based. It was more of something that pretty much everybody could use. What product was that in your line? I'm just curious.
Mascara. It was mascara.
Interesting.
And it was a mascara combo with a liquid eyeliner. There's a whole story behind that. I don't know how much you want me to go in depth on that. We'd run out of our cleanser. We had sold out of it because we'd grown so much. And because we did not have cleanser in stock, I was not able to offer what I would normally offer, would have been a duo of the cleanser and the moisturizer. And so I had to find another product. I personally, and I know we'll get into this a little later, I don't believe in selling what I call loosies. There's no way I was just offering a mascara. I needed to offer it with at least one or two other products. And based on what we had at the time, it was mascara and an eyeliner combo. And again, not everybody said yes to that, but they said, you know what? Do you have lipstick? Do you have this? Do you have that? So it was a great baseline, and I could calculate my volume based on moving that number of units, and I hit my goals a lot faster because it was around $50 and most people ordered something at about $100, which if I'd had the cleanser and the moisturizer in stock, that would have been 119 in volume for each unit. So I don't want to get too deep in the is it the woods? I know we've got some big plans.
Now, I'm curious again to know that you have been successful.
Mhm.
Do you attribute that to luck, to work ethic, or a combination of the two?
It's definitely work ethic. There is nothing lucky about my success. I have outworked most people, and what I contribute my success to both in corporate and in this business model is the fact that I'm willing to do just a little bit more than the person next to me, before me, beside me, behind me, or even in my downline. I'm willing to just go that little bit extra, and that work ethic is literally what has gotten me where I am. You cannot convince me otherwise, you know. And I don't work a traditional job anymore, but even when I worked a traditional job and was building my business, I gave them their time from 9 to 5, but from 5 till 9, that was for me and my dreams. That's when I worked on my dreams, my goals, and I worked on my business. And people noticed it. They said, every single day, I see that you're doing something for your business. It was never, you know, so the excuses that you hear from people, that never was an issue for me. And granted, I also was at a different stage in life. My kids were grown, out of the house. It was a different thing for me. But even if I'd had children at home, that's just who I am. If I'm in, I'm all the way in. I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm going to figure it out some way, somehow.
So, girl, time is coming to a close. You have dropped some value bombs on us that I'm sure are going to be implemented by other folks in their business right now. But I wanted just to give you another opportunity to share any final thoughts and then also tell us about your free.
Oh, awesome. So, you know, I didn't really talk much about social media in the question about starting over. But social media is going to be a huge part of you building your business going forward. It's no longer optional. And with that being said, the sooner you can get comfortable in front of the camera and get comfortable with video. And the great thing is you don't have to start with like hour-long webinars like I did back in 2013. You can be doing little 6, 8, 10, 12-second reels and stories that can make a huge impact on developing your audience and your customer base. And I have a training that's completely free, that it's a 2-part training that will walk you through how to get more engagement and turn more of that engagement into leads, and then even close those leads. And you can find that training over at tamarahamilton.com/social stories. And I know that you also have it somewhere in your setup as well.
Yeah, it's actually right next to the video. So if you all just click that link next to the video, it will take you directly to that link. So you don't have to worry about writing it down. Just click the link. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, girl. The social media piece is definitely strong, especially in the world that we're living in today. It seems those times when we had in-person type shows are definitely coming a thing of the past, especially when you can interact with somebody on both coasts at the same time. Why would you even want to just do an in-person party that limits you to only your local market? So thanks for sharing that. That's a definite upgrade. Definite
even
upgrade.
around the world, like
Yes.
have a customer base all around the world.
Yes, yes, yes. We're coming to the end of this session. We are going to continue the interview on with Tamara, learning more about how to implement her sales or service strategies into our business. She basically gave us her backstory, telling us how she got started in direct sales with her 29 years of experience, in addition to what sales with service is and why we should implement it in our business. In this advanced session, she's going to actually give us step-by-step instruction on how to implement this in our business right now. So if you're interested in that and you have not already purchased the All Access Pass, this is definitely the time for you to take advantage of that. All Access Pass is a private membership area that gives you access to all of the videos that are in this 3-day summit, lifetime access to those videos, in addition to all of the how-to sessions for each speaker. So you'll be able to rinse and repeat this information at any time. If you're having a bad day, there are several inspirational speakers that you can go back and listen to give you that pick-me-up. And then all of the other golden nuggets that Tamara is going to share with us will help you implement this sales for service strategy in your business so you can increase your bottom line that she was talking about. It's about the cash flow and also providing tons of value for your customers so they'll come back and want to buy from you over and over again. If you want access to that, be sure to click the link below and know that the price does go up after the summit is over, y'all. So it'll be in your best interest to take advantage of the summit price right now. So don't delay, do it today. And I wanted to share with you a final thought from one of my mentors, Ray Higdon. And his thoughts were, the most expensive product is free, y'all, because it's not complete. To get your complete access today, be sure to click the link below and purchase your All Access Pass. We hope to see you on the other side. Take care and bye for now.